Okay, I think I'm live. I want to warn anyone who might be watching or will watch later. This could be a bit graphic. We're about to see. It's not very pretty. I should tell you, less than 24 hours ago, I had my septoplasty. That's to correct a deviated septum and to take care of some turbinates in my nose. And the surgery itself wasn't too bad. My brother gave me a ride. Didn't sleep too well the night before. We got there, I don't know, 9 in the morning. Whole thing was done by 2. The time we got there, the time I left, was under anesthesia. No problems. But the end result, they put these splints or stents into my nose, and they're going to stay there for the uh, next 5 days. So they make it. These stents are like hollow tubes, so you can breathe through them, but they're lining the inside of my nostrils, and they must be kept in for at least 5 days to make sure that the nasal passage straightens out. I go back on Monday to have them released. Again, I had the surgery on Wednesday morning. This would be October 23rd, 2024. And this video is more of like a documentary for me, but it's a stream if anyone wants to participate. Yeah, I've got these, but see, I want to do this for posterity, for my own sake. That's why I want to give everyone a warning. It's a graphic if you don't watch it, but I had a septoplasty, and there's some bleeding in the nose. I don't think it's all just blood. There's what I tell you, I'll explain to you. Just give me a minute. But I had the surgery, yesterday, but I haven't been to sleep since. So I had the surgery 9 a.m. on October 23rd. So that was 9 a.m. Wednesday, October 23rd. It's now, for me, it's about 5:30 in the morning, Thursday. I haven't really been to sleep. I kind of dozed in and out, but I'm going to talk about it. So I've been up since yesterday, but I had my surgery, not quite 24 hours ago. And today is Thursday. I got through all of Thursday, all of Friday, all of Saturday, all of Sunday, and then Monday afternoon, I go back and these damn stints removed. Okay, so that's where I am. Whew. Yeah, I'm hoping done. This will have been worth it. I'm going to show you in a minute what I had done. And what was I going to say? Yeah, you got to go through hell before you get to heaven here. Okay, so this is not very pretty, as you can see. This is not very pretty. All right, but I'll explain. See all that blood? I told you, it's graphic. So if you don't, it's a pain in the ass. And it's this left nostril that keeps bleeding. Ooh. Yeah, I won't know for at least 5 days. My airflow is going to be blocked with the stints they have in the nose. It's a bitch. I can't breathe through the nose, but it still bleeds. Let me see. Yeah, the right nostril is not too bad. The left is just a bloody mess, as you can see. It's a pain in the ass. What they gave me. They gave me these. They gave me the Ziploc bag full of this shit. You take 1 or 2 of these, you sort of ball it together, and then they gave me this tape. Just tape it to the skin so this can collect. But I haven't been able to sleep really because even though I was out of it before, it's going to be a bitch to try to sleep. Blood still pouring down my nose. And I don't think it's all, this is very graphic. It's not just blood. I think it's actually like mucus that's just dripping out because I can't sneeze. These stints prevent me from sneezing. That's why I got to keep the stints in for 5 days. Because if the stints weren't there, I might sneeze, and that would jeopardize the surgery. I also can't deliberately, if I wanted to blow my nose, I could force myself, but they say don't blow your nose. So right now, I can't blow my nose. I can't sneeze. I still got blood and mucus coming out, and they couldn't give me a straight answer how long it would take for that to stop. So I know it's going to be, and my eyes are tearing up for all this. It's bad, but I know it's going to be hell until. So right now it's Thursday. Hasn't even been 24 hours. It's going to be hell until Monday. Okay. Whew. So yes. Also, maybe some other things. When I was 8 years old, the internet didn't exist. That's funny. Now this stupid thing, you gotta wear it like a mustache. Because remember, I need to breathe through my mouth. So I don't want this to cover the mouth, but I want to make sure, but it's like a trap for all the blood. I guess I could try to find one of those stupid COVID masks and put a mask over it so it's not so unsightly, but oh well, this is reality. This is, no, can't sneeze. The stints prevent it. They weren't sneezing. And I can't blow my nose. At least I can't. I could theoretically do it if I pushed hard enough, but you don't want to do that because you blow out the stints and fuck everything up. So sneezing, can't physically do it. Blowing my nose is frowned upon. And I got to get to fucking Monday. So, yeah. Yeah, I was always a mouth breather, but, it was like the two together, mouth and nose. Now right now it's 100% mouth for the next 5 fucking days until I get these damn stints taken out. But I hope it's all worth it in the end. Surgery itself, no big deal. It's just this post-op. Oh. Anyway, it also gave me. It was really for me to document it. They gave me 2 pills. One is called cephalexin. Cephalexin, which is. Have you seen cephalexin? I guess I should. Is this focusing? Cephalexin, which is. Or K-Flex, which is basically just. It's. What do you call it? I'm a bit loopy too. Antibiotic. They take 1 capsule every 12 hours. So 2 a day. How many were there? 7 in total? Yeah, for 7 days. So there's 14 pills. 14 pills. So over the next 7 days, I was supposed to take this antibiotic. They also gave me, what is this? Oxycodone. Oxycodone, which is a painkiller, pain pill. Or a Percocet. And it says, how many are there? It says take every 6 hours as needed. 4 to 6 hours or whatever. And it says, how many pills are there? The hell is it telling me? Oh, 20. No refills on either. So I got a week's worth of antibiotics. And I got 20 pain pills. But the good news is I'm not worried about addiction or opioid addiction because when I went to the hospital back in December for my what do you call it? Torn abdomen, the rectus sheath hematoma, the torn inferior epigastric artery. They gave me another painkiller called tramadol. They were afraid to give it to me. I had to sign a contract saying I wouldn't abuse it. I never finished it. I only used it as I needed. And once I got to a point where I didn't feel pain anymore, I stopped taking it. So I still have leftover pain pills, another pain pill from December. So, and earlier I was actually using, these are cotton balls. I was using these 2. I had these at home. I was sticking these, I think I got one of them right now. I was sticking these cotton balls in the noses. And the right feels okay. Left is still oozing. So that's where I am. But I got the haircut the day before surgery just so there would be less hair, less of a problem for anesthesia going under. So I figured I did it the day before. So that was on Tuesday I got the haircut. And yesterday, Wednesday, I got the surgery. And now I've got to wait till next Monday to get these stents taken out. Whew. Yes, can't sleep well. Not really. I mean, it's a good thing I got fired because I didn't realize how time-consuming this would be. And yes, I took a pain pill, and I'm having a beer, which you probably shouldn't do, but oh well. I need to take the edge off somehow. All right, so sorry, but I warned you people it's going to be graphic. Now, it reminds me of... I look like a weak, crippled, injured Maynard or Inkwell. It was both turbinate reduction on the nostrils and straightening, realigning of the channel, the bone. Yeah, so they I don't think they. I'm not sure if they removed the bone. They might have removed some cartilage, but they straightened out, the two nostrils. So it was both the channel was straightened in both, and deviated septum, and also the turbinates were removed. Thank you, Arya, far as ending, and as you have to look forward to if you get this done. So sorry about the graphic nature of it all, but yeah. I might change it up. Yeah, I actually got a cotton ball in one. Hold on. But yeah. Well, I can't wait. Everything I've read says you'll feel a sweet relief once they remove the stints. But I gotta go through. It's only Thursday. I gotta wait till fucking Monday. So I don't know how to get through these next 4 days now. This one day has been hell. It hasn't been a full day. The stints are really the most annoying part. They're annoying as hell. The bleeding doesn't help. Yeah. But it reminds me of an episode of Beavis and Butthead from the original run, where he was a teenager. So an episode where Beavis had a nosebleed. He had a nosebleed. He tried all kinds of things. He needed to stop. So finally, at the end of the episode, Butthead had an idea. I think they were at a convenience store, and there was a gas station, and they saw like a women's room. And a woman was heading towards the women's room, and Butthead said, "Hey, can you go into the bathroom and buy one of those thingies that you put in your thingy when you have your monthly thingy?" And the woman got all upset. She punched Butthead in the nose. The next scene, they managed to get tampons somehow. Both Beavis and Butthead had tampons in their noses for their nosebleed. And they're like, this is great. It feels so refreshing. Yeah, I didn't buy tampons, but I was stuffing them with cotton balls. But it sucks. It keeps bleeding. It keeps bleeding because there's the stents. So this is just a regular nosebleed. And it's, yeah. So remember that episode of Beavis and Butthead. But I wanted to share all this while it's live and fresh. And so I see them drifting out because, quite frankly, I might leave. I might try to lay down. I'm having a hard time sleeping, but, I'm not going anywhere now today. But, yeah, it's going to be a bitch to sleep because I got to sleep sitting up. I can't lay down. And I was going to keep bleeding all night. I'm ready to change this again. So I might actually go change this again because it's a fucking mess. But I want to keep talking a little about just the surgery, what I hope to accomplish. But I wanted to share all this. Whew. Oh. Let me change this out. I got another thing to report. Remind me. I got words of encouragement. So let's see here. Where was I? All right. So not too pretty, but they also wanted me to get these. See? It's disgusting, I know. They wanted me to get these over-the-counter natural saline sprays. So one is called Air or Ire, I don't know. The other one's just a generic brand, but they're both saline. Saline nasal spray. It says natural saline, no drip, saline. Okay. And I don't know if I should spray these or if it's going to make it worse, but it's really this left nose that is causing problems. And you can see I've got this old rag, a couple old rags, already covered in fucking blood that I try to. And I can't. And it's disgusting. It's not pretty. It's basically, without being graphic. So this will be a great locale video for someone. But if someone's getting I think about this, I don't regret it. You'll see, it's nasty. You want to see? It's like the actual mucus because I can't blow it out, so it comes out looking like a cow liver or something. You can't like blow that out. I can't blow my nose, so I got this bloody soaked snot, just dripping out. But maybe this will stop bleeding for a bit. All right. So I don't want to put a cotton ball in right now because they fill up pretty quickly and they're a pain in the ass. I'll just put another one of these on. A mustache thing. At one point I was actually taking these, cutting them up, and I would stick it this way and like reuse it. But I think for now I'll stash it. I actually don't mind sharing. It's a good thing I share. See, there's just blood, dried blood. See, this is beautiful. You people enjoying this? Where are we? All right, hold on. So I'm gonna hold off on the spray. Well, I'll hold off on the sprays for now. Something tells me to hold off for now. But yeah, so I've got, what do I have? I have antibiotic called cephalexin, pain pill called oxycodone, and this is yeah. And this is 30 milligrams. Should tell me 325. I don't know. 325 doesn't tell me the actual. What is that? Instead of saying milligrams, or if it says 5-325, whatever the fuck that means, it doesn't tell me how powerful it is. It tells me caution. I don't know if you can see this. Caution. It's an opioid. That red sticker. Camera's not too good. It's an opioid. All right. All right. And the last thing you need, a pair of scissors. Aren't these scissors pretty? Actually, you know what? Roll this like you're rolling a joint or something. I try to keep the mouth clear. What I really need to do is this. This tape tends to wobble. So let's get a piece that's longer than. Might be too long a piece, but that's okay. Longer is better. And yeah, I had anesthesia less than 24 hours ago. I took pain pills. I think I'm on my third pill. I took one, What they did when I got out of the operating room, I was still in the when I got in the operating room, I was still in the outpatient room, and they gave me. Hold on. So I know I'm loopy. I'll probably get this video when we do it. Okay, so when I, Jesus Christ, try to do this and talk. This is no picnic, but anyway, when I was actually in the surgery, they gave me anesthesia. The anesthesiologist, they had. All right, let me start from the beginning. When I first got there, if anyone was curious. Yes, Aiden. I got a haircut and a nose job. Yes. I feel sick, man. I don't know if I can explain it at all. But why, thank you. Okay, so where are we? Okay. Ugh. So when I first got to this place, before I went in for surgery, they put a port in my hand in an IV, so the IV would drip in to keep you, liquid. What's the word I'm looking for? Make sure you have the right proper vitals and fluids and electrolytes while you're being operated on. So they put the port in. And then when I went to the actual room for the anesthesia, before they put the anesthesia in, they started giving me some kind of numbing before the anesthesia, a pre-numbing, and some kind of like liquid. I wasn't morphine, but it was something comparable. They gave me some kind of liquid number. So basically like a painkiller in liquid form. And then they put me under anesthesia. When I got out, it was all done with the surgery. They took me back to the waiting room or the pre-surgery room. And then they gave me two of the oxycodone pills. And then I took another one a few hours after coming home, and I took another one just now. So I've had 4 oxycodone pills. So, and I'm tired. I really can't sleep because at one point I tried to doze, but I'm like, I'm bleeding profusely. But hopefully the bleeding stops. So yes, but I did get one word of encouragement. I didn't say I was in and out, dozing in and out, but I want to respond to someone who wrote me first. Right. Yes, the septum thing. Glad you were paying attention. You clearly didn't take proper notes last time. That's okay. You'll be forgiven. All right, where was I? I don't know where I am, but okay. So I got one word of encouragement. I got a text message. And so this is I'll text him, but I'll respond. Okay. So depressed and wanted man, dumb. He texted me apparently at around 6:00 this evening. So almost 12 hours ago. He said, he wrote, Donna wanted me to ask how the surgery went, and I'd like to know as well. Okay, it's nice that one of them remembered I was having surgery. So I'll write back to him. So it's basically the surgery itself. I'll tell you all, everyone watching, the surgery itself went great. It's this, post-op fucking bleeding and stints and can't really sleep because I can't lay down. And these freaking stints, and I can't blow my nose and I can't sneeze. It's just disgusting blood. So the surgery itself, great. It's the after, see? But hopefully, even if I have to have these stints in for 5 days, hopefully the bleeding itself dies down or tapers off at least in the next day or so. So yes. Yes. Well, I'm not sure which one. Maybe Doug was worried about me and he didn't want to say, I'm worried about you, man. So or who knows? But for anyone who cares, for Dub or Donna or DBF or King Frog, whoever else who cares. Yeah, that's how it went. That's the answer to the same question for everybody. Surgery itself is fine. It's not this, the shit in my nose here. I'll run it back. Surgery itself went well. Post-op is a bitch. Surgery went well. Post-op is a bitch. It's stints and nose for 5 days. And I'm really doing this. Everyone was curious, mainly for me. This will be like a time capsule. I'll look back one day and say, yes, My nose is great. I remember what that was like. Or I'll say, man, that was a waste of time. My nose is even shittier now. I never should have done that. But this is like a real time capsule of the process. One nostril still bleeding. Can't sneeze or blow nose. Can't sneeze or blow nose, but hanging in there. And I should ask him. I'll ask him because he had this done. When you had this done, did you have stints? Did you have stints in your nose for 5 days afterward? Okay. Because they didn't put any like cotton or packing in. They just put these stints in. And that's the real bitch. So I basically got 5 days of hell. It wouldn't be sabbatical for a day or two, but 5 fucking days. So, but one thing I remember Dub said, he was when he got out of anesthesia when he did his surgery, he really had to urinate, but he couldn't go. They were going to put a catheter in him at one point. I think he got out of that. I happen to report I did not have that problem. I was too hydrated, but when I got done, when I got out, I was really, really thirsty. I drank a bunch of water, some tea, went to go piss. No problem. No cat. I said, because my brother came to pick me up. They called my brother to come get me. Because, the whole process, start to finish, with it dropped me off around 9 in the morning, had to sign in, had to wait, had to go through all the bullshit. Was finally in anesthesia at like 10:30. I don't know what time I got out of anesthesia. Noon, 12:30. I don't really remember. I was out of it. But I think we finally left around 2. But I actually deliberately killed some time there. They wanted to see it came out of it. I drank some water, and I said to my brother, I said, let's just wait to see if I can, urinate okay, because I don't want to have to, leave and then find out we go home I can't piss. So I sort of dragged it out, and I was able to find that I could urinate no problem. So I probably took a little longer just to make sure. So that was a good warning from Dub. So that's the last thing I'm happy to report. Happy to report, no trouble. Happy to report, remort. Damn. Plus, I can't see this thing's report. No trouble. This thing is so half-assed. It's covering my eye now. So, yes. So that's my day. Well, I hope I can at least breathe like one. If anything, can I at least breathe like one? Now, this is something I've thought about for years, and I actually scheduled this several months ago before I knew I was going to get fired. So it's actually kind of a good thing in a way I got fired because I wouldn't be able to. I thought this would be like a 1-day thing. Maybe next day I'd be fine. Like, I don't think I'd be fit to do anything until I get these stints out. But I don't know. We'll see. And the masks cover my shitty lower third, but this is covering my midsection. Thank you, Froglet. That's true. I'm a Spurg. It is real. People say autism isn't real. You're just ugly. So it must be people picking on you because you're ugly. That's definitely a component of the equation. But when you're a Spurg, being a Spurg is more than just looks and that. It's how you perceive the world and how others perceive you. And you got to really be a Spurg, or at the very least, have a Spurg in your family. Someone you know because you have to know to really know what true Spurgdom is. Anyone who says otherwise doesn't comprehend Spurgdom. They should, count their lucky fucking stars. These idiot shrinks who say, well, you don't seem like a Spurg to me. You seem totally normal. It's only other Spurgs who will say, yeah, man, you're a total fucking Spurg. But I want to be a Spurg who breathes. I promise you that I shall never breathe again. Then I promise you that I shall never breathe again. All right. Breathe in the air. Don't be afraid to care. That is correct, Froglet. Wise beyond your years. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. I worked with a kid who was schizophrenic, and we got along, but he was. He told me he lived with his mother and his grandfather. But he. Hold on. Oh, my brother's up. Hold on. Give me a sec. In fact. Sideshow Click woke up. He's got to go to work. He was a big help. He took a personal day yesterday to take me a ride. He had some other errands to run, so he dropped me off there. I said, don't stay the whole fucking 4 or 5 hours. Just do. So when he ran some errands, he got to have a nice day off, but he was a big help taking me to and from. And then after I got out of, like I said, I bought those nasal sprays the day before. I got my hair cut. I bought these nasal sprays on a Monday. Yesterday, Tuesday, after the, Tuesday, I went to get the Septoplasty done. Before leaving, the nurse told me I'm going to send the prescription for your painkiller and for your antibiotics to your pharmacy. So my brother gave me a ride because I couldn't drive. I'd been under anesthesia. He gave me a ride. We went from there, the surgery center, to the pharmacy, and I picked up my 2 pills. And he gave me a lift home. It was so he had a day off. He got to sleep in a bit. He's an early bird. He's got up early to go to work, but he got to sleep in a few hours yesterday. So he was a big help. And then again, it's late October, and he's got like several personal days to use up. So I guess it came in handy. It was a good excuse. So I worked with a kid who was schizophrenic. At the time, I was probably in my later 30s, and this kid was like young. He was like 21, 22. He was a nice boy, and he was on SSI, not SSDI. He was on SSI, which is the cheaper, poorer one for people because he's just a kid. He had no real work history, and he could only work limited hours per week. And we got along, and he confided in me that he had schizophrenia. And I don't know how I got to talking with him because I was working in a grocery store. I was like a grocer, and he was just he was what they call the porter. He would come in for like little 4-hour shifts, like 2 or 3 times a week, just to like sweep up and do shit. So somehow we got to talking, and he confided in me. He goes, "Yeah, he was like 21, 22, and he's like, yeah, I lived with my mother and my grandfather, the mother's father. He told me a story. Like one time, he uh, he was downstairs. He saw his grandfather come down the stairs, and the grandfather went out the front door. So this kid, the porter, he went over and looked out the window. He pulled the curtains, and Grandpa got into his car and drove off. So then the kid turns around, and a moment later, right there, Grandpa's in the kitchen eating Cheerios. So the kid he went back to the window and looked. And sure enough, the car was there. And when he told me this story, you could tell several things. Like he was he was concerned. Intellectually, he had the wherewithal to know it made no sense, but it clearly seemed so real to him. He just had this look of fear, and he said, "Please don't tell anyone the story." I said, "No, I won't." And I asked him. I said, "How long ago was this?" Because this kid was in his early 20s. I thought maybe this was some childhood memory. I said, "How long ago did this happen?" He goes, "Oh, it's like 2 or 3 weeks ago." So I understand how intense. I mean, this is my attempt at empathy. For all the problems I've had, my stories are real. People trying to harm me. I've never seen someone like drive away and then a minute later they're in the kitchen. I've never had that. But to this kid, it seems so real. He knew intellectually, he knew it made no sense. He had enough wherewithal to say, this doesn't make any sense. I know this can't be real. But he was almost scared, like it seems so real to me. Hi, Max. I'm not going to repeat all this. If you want, you can scroll back, rewind back, just about, my deviated septum with turbinate surgery that I had, about not quite 24 hours ago. And now I'm healing from it. And it's a disgusting, I gave everyone fair warning, hair and nose, post-Septoplasty, a bit graphic, and it is. So if you can stomach this, here you are. No, his grandfather, the walking down the stairs and going out to the car was a total delusion because the car was still there. So even if the grandpa was a ghost, how would the car disappear and come back? So no ghost work. He imagined a fictitious grandfather getting in a fictitious car and driving off. But apparently this happened in like the real time. No, he was schizophrenic. I mean, as you can just tell, you know. I felt bad for the kid. He was a nice kid, but no, it was just. I thought I saw someone upstairs down in the kitchen. He claims he saw his grandfather distinctly go out the door. He pulled the curtain. Grandpa gets in the car. Car pulls out of the driveway, drives off. He turns around, sees Grandpa in the kitchen, goes back to the window. The car is there. So uh, but he knew how fucked up. He had this look on his face. It seemed so real. So I felt his pain. I empathized, but I never had those kinds of problems. I guess like Phantom of the Opera. No, but then where was the real car? Because if it was a ghost car, I can understand if the driveway was empty and the ghost car appeared. But no, how did there was a ghost car there that drove away, but then the real car was magically there in the same spot? Would the real car have been? Oh, whatever. Okay, so you're also in the ballpark of schizophrenia. Well, what do you have destroyed by Freud's? What are your official diagnoses? You never shared. And anyone else here have what I had today? Septoplasty. Am I the only one? Thank you, B-Banks. Thank you. I'll try. Like I said, let me hear it. Surgery itself is fine, but I got these stents in my nose, and they don't come out till Monday. So that's what. Oh my god. They've been in for. They've been in my nose for not quite 24 hours, and I've still got one, two, three, four, like 4 or 5 more days to go. Yeah, what days today? There's like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I get through 4 more days with this shit. So it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be like. Uh, it's how it feels already. I feel kind of trapped, kind of claustrophobic. Get these things out of my nose. Yeah, but no, I still gotta wait. What is this gonna be like? Can't do anything. But well, that's what I wanted to share for documentary purposes. Okay, you were telling us about derealization, whatever you have. Well, in theory, you could be both. You could be one or the other or both. I don't think one precludes one. Yeah, this is filling up pretty quickly. Sorry to have to see all this. Did you break your nose, or was that like just a rhinoplasty? You wanted to have like a nicer nose, or and how was it? Did you have stents when this happened? Did they put stents in your nostrils? It does. For all my think, my heart goes out to anyone who has it because that kid, you could tell the kid I worked with. He knew until he wasn't crazy. He knew it made no sense, but he couldn't help the fact that it seemed so real to him, and he was scared. I could tell by look in his eye. He was scared just how real this clear delusion felt. And I thought it was a childhood memory. Apparently, it happened a few weeks earlier. I'm like, oof, geez. I you could just tell there was that fear and nervousness, and he knew it couldn't be real, but it seemed so real. It scared him how real it seemed. Yeah, I felt for the kid. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, they took care of the infection. Was there any, uh, you know, splints put in? Yeah. And yes, what caused the infection, Cass? So when you're derealizing, what's it feel like? You think you're like imaginary? You think you don't exist? You think what you're dead? Like what's going through your head when you're derealizing? All right. So Cass had a staph infection. Does not know how she got it. How old were you when that happened, Cass? Because I know you're about 30 now. Was this recently or was this years ago? How old were you? Don't think you had stents. Yeah, stents are hell because it's like I said, it's like a hollow tube. They have holes. This is the nostril, right? This is the nostril. There's a hole on either side. It's basically like a liner. It's a liner of the nostril. So there's a hole in the bottom and a hole at the top of the stent. But the stents themselves are cylindrical and they prevent you from breathing really. I really can't breathe. I get some air in, but remember, I can't sneeze, can't blow my nose. So all the mucus and blood it's like picture a nostril, then picture like basically a pipe being put in, and that pipe gets filled with sludge. Water can't pass through. Same thing. Air can't pass through. It's yeah. So that was half a lifetime ago. It was half your lifetime ago. So I missed that part. I'm a little loopy, man. I've been awake for about 24 hours of under anesthesia, several painkillers. Uh, so I didn't start drinking until later. I only had a couple beers much later to see if I could sleep all this blood. So bear with me. This is a time capsule. Well, in addition to, I'm on oxycodone. Would they also give you any kind of uh, penicillin or antibiotics? And imagine for an infection. Yeah, that's right. I actually know what the word meant. I didn't know if it was some Californiaism or some internet term. I guess it means he was just jacked up or really just, offer meds on, offer, yeah, whatever, just strung out. She was strung out on, what, pain meds? For a minute, it made me think of the song, Zoot Suit Riot, throw back a bottle of beer, Zoot Suit Riot. Yes, Zoot Suit Riot. Yep. The Zoot Suit. Well, she's part Mexican and from the Southwest. Maybe her grandparents or great grandparents used to wear the Zoot Suit back in the 40s. Um, uh, yeah, I don't think it's appropriate. It's kind of desperate and simpish. Cherry popping daddies. That's right. All right. Well, the problem I have with this tape, again, is the tape itself twists very easily, and it doesn't smooth back out. It like sticks to itself. Like this one's crooked, just twisted around itself. Right now, it's not too bad. If I take this off, it's going to bleed all over. And I don't like blood all over my shirt. How am I supposed to sleep? See this? With like blood trickling down. I guess I can even switch this around. Yeah, it's not pretty, but I can't keep changing this every, like, what, 20 minutes? I don't even be able to sleep. God damn. And it gets wet because I'm trying to drink. See, it's like the worst place to have it because I'm trying to drink. And it gets wet. So it's like, oh my God. There's just some kind of like, I guess, I think about it. Did I throw them all out? Where am I? Let me try something. I just had an idea. It just dawned on me. Give me a sec. All right. I threw most of these stupid things out. So but I found some downstairs. So watch. Instead of this, instead of covering up my terrible lower third, I'm going to repurpose these. Maybe this will work. Maybe it won't. This way I can still kind of keep the nose and bleeding at bay. Yeah. Okay. But I can still drink and breathe because I need to. It's funny. I couldn't wear this mask for its intended purpose right now. I definitely would be able to breathe. Everything would be covered. So I need to keep my mouth open, but hopefully this catches the blood. So that's what we're going to do. How's that? We'll try it. It might not work, but we'll give it a shot. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Who's Cricket Lady? Do I know her? Well, what's that saying? How's that saying go? Desperation is the mother of invention, or whatever it is, or necessity is the mother of invention. I wouldn't have thought to do this until all that failed. It just came to me like, so yes. You know the saying I'm talking about. Desperation or necessity is the mother of invention. So here. So the tape around the head might not work because, first of all, it twists too easily. The longer it gets, the more twisty it'll twist. Like a piece of tape, I'll show you. So one side is sticky, one side's not. But then what happens is, like this happens, it starts twisting into itself. The sticky, so it sticks to itself, and you can't unstick it. And it just happens naturally. You start to pull it, so it's like yeah. So the tape all the way around wouldn't work. But I don't know if it's going to collect the blood well, but I'll try it. This seems like okay. I have a purpose for these masks. How about that? Ugh. And I remember after surgery, my sense of smell was a little screwed up, but I could still smell okay. Now I can't smell anything at all. I'm not worried. I think it's because my nose is clogged. I've got those stents, and then it's backed up with fucking mucus and blood, which is, Oof. Well, thanks for being here. Wow, it's like Frog, you should be cutting yourself. First of all, well, that's not more of a womanly thing to do, but even they should be doing that. It's like, you're deliberately causing harm and blood. Don't do that. What does that accomplish? Drink a beer. Well, no, you're not 21 yet. Why would you want to hurt yourself? That's like, I don't get it. I really don't. People want to hurt themselves. Well, next will come the jaw implant of a. No. Although it would be cool as an experiment, just a fantasy. I would never get surgery here just because the health implications would be worth it. And if they fucked up, you fucked up. But you know what would be cool? Somehow to sit down on one of those Hollywood makeup chairs and have them, put on like a fake, really square, manly jaw and just do like a before and after video. Me walking around like this and me walking around with like what looks like a real jaw, not surgery, but, like a makeup artist and some lifts and see if it makes a difference. It'll be a fascinating experiment. I don't think it's ever been done. So if some Hollywood makeup artists, or I go to Manhattan, to New York City. If someone wants to do it, I'll sit in the chair for 3 or 4 hours, and you make me look like a Chad jaw, and I wear some platform shoes. I'm 5'9". I'll be 6 foot, 6'1". I'll walk around and see the difference, the night and day difference. How's that sound? So that'd be an interesting experiment to do. Prosthetic jaw, makeup artists, and some lifts, and just do it before like regular occupational click, jacked up click. That'd be interesting. Well, Aiden, I'm happy I was able to share it with you. Glad to share it with you. For the few handful of people who want to come along for the ride, I'm happy to share. Now, I understand people want to do it. Usually women. I think my sister might have done it at one point. It's like, I don't understand. It's like, eesh. Like, I was very understanding with the kid with schizophrenia who like hallucinated his grandfather driving off, and a bit later the kid, it's like, I could, but I deliberately harming yourself, causing yourself damage, making yourself bleed. There's something, eesh. There is truth to this. That's not an attack, Cassandra. I'm sure you've had your problems, but compared to men, your life's on tutorial mode for sure. That I stand by. Again, trying to have empathy. I try to have empathy for that schizophrenic kid. I'll try to have empathy for you and Froglet who are cutting themselves, but try to have empathy with us. I actually think you do too, DBF. And this one, I agree with you. Yeah, it just seems like something a chick would do. Like a young chick. I'm upset. I have to cut myself. I'll feel better when I cut. It's like, and actually, you remember the story one time. I'll share a story. Okay, so in New Jersey, the state I live in, at the gas stations, gasoline, petroleum, whatever you call it in other parts of the world, the gas stations. New Jersey is one of the few states that has it mandatory. No one's allowed to pump their gas. You have to have an attendant. And that's partly because I think Jersey used to have some of the cheapest gas because a bunch of the refineries are here. All the jokes about Jersey smells, blah, blah, blah. All these oil refineries here. So Jersey gas stations have to pay an interstate tax because the gas is actually refined here. So gas is always cheaper in Jersey. And to compensate, the state of New Jersey required that, so I used to work pumping gas like 20 some odd years ago when I was like college age. All right. So I'm working at this gas station. Around the side was a convenience store. And this chick came in, this girl, and she seemed a bit squirrely, but she was polite. She goes, hi, I need $20 of regular gasoline, and I need to go next door to the convenience store. She said, okay, fine. So she left. She went to the convenience store. I filled the tank, took it out. It was $20. She was going to pay cash. Just waited. She was a bit late coming back from the store, but she comes back from the store. She gets in her car. She goes, here you go, $20. So I said, okay, thank you. And that would have been the end of it. It was summertime. She was wearing short sleeves. And I guess, looking back, she was cutting herself. And I guess she had all these scars on her arm. And she was afraid of what I think. So she handed me the $20 bill. I didn't even notice the cut marks. I didn't even notice. And she said, she gave me a $20 bill. Goodbye. That would be the end of it. I wouldn't even notice. But I guess she was self-conscious that, oh God, the gas attendant's going to see the cuts. So she gives me the $20 bill. And she goes, I accidentally banged my hand in the door here earlier. That's what all that is. And I saw it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like I wouldn't have even noticed. I would not have even noticed the cut marks running down her arm had she not been so self-conscious. Clearly she was cutting herself. I mean, I don't think it was drugs. I don't think it was track marks. I think it was cutting. It was all. Yeah. So she was cutting herself. She was self-conscious that I noticed it. Truth be told, had she not said anything, I would have been none the wiser. I wasn't checking out her arm, if you know what I mean. She wasn't hot. She was kind of meh. But I was in my 20s and still blue pill-ish or red pill-ish before those terms existed. I was looking at other things. I wasn't checking out her arm, but she in her mind was self-conscious. Oh shit. The gas station guy saw my arm. I better explain that somehow. I cut out the door here before. Like, then I saw him like, oh, okay. Anyway, where were we? Welcome to the manor. We got fun. We don't have much fun. We got fun. Welcome to the jungle. You bring the fun and games. These chicks come here and bring their own fun and games at our expense. True. Qualifications in regards to what? Qualifications, job opportunity, qualifications about what are you talking about? Be more specific. Well, I guess we're all attention whores to some extent. I wasn't always like that. And I'm not trying to be proof out of some kind of defiance. Yes, brothers, let's worship this pill. That's bullshit. I've gone through too much. I can't unsee what I've seen. I can't unlearn what I learned. People tell me I look youthful, but I'm over 40. And after all I've gone through, I'm beyond, I can't go back. So it just, yeah. Yeah, I recommend not doing that. So why would you want to harm yourself? I got people who want to harm me. Why would you want to harm yourself? Look after yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't deliberately draw your own blood. It's bad. Cutting blood is bad. It means you've injured yourself. If it happens by accident, okay. But to do it on purpose to bring yourself harm, like, ugh. Yes, he's learning. Give me a sec, buddy. Come here real quick. You don't have to cover the room. I'm going to off soon. Here's what I get.
Okay.
Cass, the girl Cassandra was going to suggest this. She said, but I came up with my own. I'm getting tired of this. It's not staying on.
Yeah.
It's a fucking disgusting. I'm sharing it. This will be our video for if you want to get this done.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm gonna try this hopefully because it's just I just got it's disgusting. But yeah.
That's all right. Good idea.
So, okay, these masks came in handy for something. Christ. I was showing brother Click has to go to work. He's sleepy. He's groggy. Thanks again for all your help yesterday.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I'll give you a sec. But the stream is mostly for you. I don't know if it works. No, I took the ball up. The ball's like it was a croaky one. I tried to fix it. It's like wet. It was just kind of slows down. So we'll try this. I'm not sure if I still have massive or I found some of the guys you think like this is what makes you screw up massive. But this is pretty good. So do this like green basically doing this push it over. Is there frost outside?
I don't know.
All right. Showing Sideshow Click how I used a lower third mask for a mid tier. I'm going to selfie myself like this. Selfie like. I'll show you in a sec. Actually, not that dumb cares, but I'll send this to him anyway. I'll send him before and after. What the hell? I wrote, using a damn COVID mask as a nosebleed guard, they finally came in handy for something. This is mainly just trying to, document this for myself. What the hell? I'll send reverse. Oh, shit. And what the hell? Just to document this for myself in real time, I'll send him, So I sent him this one. Using a damn COVID mask as a nosebleed guard, they finally came in for something. And I sent him this. It ain't pretty under there. It ain't pretty under there. I don't know how well these turn out, but oh well. Yeah, but hey, this is real. You asked. Now by doing that, I think I put this camera out of focus. Oh well. Why not, B Banks? I'll send him back to back, and I'm not going to talk to him for a while. I was giving him something to read because I want to get that out of the way now because I'm trying to be polite. He texted me. He was very kind. He asked how I was doing. He said he and Donna were curious how I was doing. So I figured, what the hell? He can't be here. He has some reading material or not. Who cares? He got upset with me because he texted me something else once. Some like blue pilled positive encouragement, words of encouragement crap. And I guess it was a nice gesture, but I didn't bother responding because I didn't really have anything to say to that. So I didn't respond. And he got upset that I didn't text him back. So I said, all right, fine. I'll make sure this time I text him back. So I'm texting him back to keep him happy because he texted me first, asking how I did, how it went, blah, blah, blah. So I figured, good. He can't say I didn't text him this time. So, and I'm sharing it with you too. It's for you, for Dumb, for the documentary that is my deviated septum and turbinate surgery. I don't have Discord. I know hers is a. Don't mention your. Okay. I guess King Frog wants to know Cassandra's Discord, but Matt does not want the Discord name mentioned. But we'll mention it anyway. It's Kasudi or Kaswade or Kasud. Kasud. Cassandra. Cassandra. There we go. Oh, there's one I can show you. Since we're in picture mode, this is part of the documentary here. They at this place, they made me switch into a gown and all this shit. I was pretty much naked because they wouldn't even let me keep my regular socks on because they said you're going to a sterile environment. You can only wear sterile clothes. So what sterile clothes? What that meant? It meant some little pink cap, hairnet, which I didn't have when I left surgery. So they put that going in. They gave me a pink hairnet. They gave me a gown to wear, one of those front-facing gowns, but they gave me a pair of hospital socks. See, and when I left, I had to give the gown back. I don't know what happened to the hairnet. I guess they removed it during surgery. So they gave me a hairnet, which went missing. I had to give back their gown, but they let me keep. I'll show you. Let me keep these socks, hospital socks. Because they told me that regular old tube socks, because they were clothing from outside, they're not sterile. I had to switch into the sterile hospital clothing. So I got another pair for you. So I remember thinking, I also got socks when I was in the hospital for my torn artery, inferior epigastric artery. But I'm not sure what I do with those socks. So somewhere around here, I've got a yellow pair of socks from Christmas, and now today they gave me a blue pair of socks. Here, want to see me? Watch me take them off, right? Nah, wrong channel. All right. So I got a pair of hospital socks. What else? But here's what I look like. Hold on. Let's let this focus. Can you see this okay? It's kind of crude. Here I am sitting, waiting with my new hospital socks, waiting to be taken to the surgery room for anesthesia. At this point, I hadn't had surgery yet, but I was simply waiting, and I had the IV. They put the IV, and I was having the electrolytes drip into me while I waited to be taken to. But they didn't roll me. I had to actually get up disoriented. Because even before the surgery, even before the anesthesia, just having the port put in and the stuff in the IV bag put in, it was getting kind of. But they walked me around, and I went to the the little room. But here I am. Take a look here. I took a picture of myself. I don't know if you can see this. Okay, I'm wearing this pink. Jesus Christ! This looks like a big thing of like yellow light, right? You can't see. There we go. So I don't know how to fuck with these settings. Take my word for it. I'm wearing this like pink hairnet, and there's that gown they put me in, backwards gown. My ass is hanging out the back. I was like completely naked except for the gown, my pink hairnet, and my blue socks. Oh, here, it's funny. My left hand, this is the one I burned. This is the one they chose to put the fucking, because remember I had to make a fist with both, and the nurse seemed to think I had a better vein in this one. So she put the port like right here in the hand itself. This is the hand I burned up. My left hand that I burned up. So once again, the same hand that I burned up, back in August. And to put the port in, they put a big like, Band-Aid gauze over it. When I got home, I ripped it off, and it's like, how much trauma can this left hand? How much trauma can this left hand withstand? But here it is. There it is again. Let's see if that focuses. My left burned hand, once again covered. Not for a burn this time, but for an IV port. That's the left hand. The burned hand. That's where they put the port in and they wrapped it up. So this hand has been wrapped quite a bit in the past couple months. Like fate. Anyway, here's what I look like when I came out of surgery. They had put a new one on. I'm noticing their masking tape there was much thicker than the fucking thing they gave me. See? The one they gave me is very thin. I used a thicker piece there, but I guess I had that on. It looks like I have a mustache. But it's not a mustache. It's blood. That's all that blood that collected there. I remember when I awoke from the anesthesia, I was moving the thing around because I couldn't breathe. I'm like, I get my nose. And the nurse got all bitchy with me. Don't touch that. Don't touch that. I'm like, I didn't care. I'm like, fuck you. So you can see that's what it looked like right as I got out of. Like this. Yeah, that's blood. And again, my left hand, the burn hand, once again wrapped for the, as you can see, the IV port. Where the IV port went in, it went right about here. They put the IV port in. Left burn hand. Is this focusing? Can you see this? Is it all just crap? I can't tell. Anyway, I think you get the gist. Right, thank you. I'm hoping this bleeding stops, but okay. So actually, sitting up helps. But I try to lay. I can't. Trying to lay down. The bleeding starts up again. It's like Christ. Maybe the bleeding's finally stopping. Maybe all the talking. Maybe talking actually helps. I don't know. I'm surmising. But watch. Right now it's fine. So start bleeding. Like right now it's fine. Then it'll fill up with mucus again, and I can't sneeze, and I'm not allowed to blow it. So the mucus will just back up there. Picture like a sewer pipe that's completely clogged with sludge. Picture a nostril that's completely clogged with goop that you can't blow out or sneeze out, and on top of that you get some bleeding, so you get this blood goop that just like oozes out very slowly. Thank you, King Frog. The two self-harm cutters agree that I'm good looking. So yes, so Cassandra and King Froglet, who like to cut themselves recreationally, hurt themselves on purpose. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. Yes, that was 9 Inch Nails originally. I thought it was fascinating that Johnny Cash did a cover. Wonder who in his inner circle exposed him to that. But I remember that, the 9 Inch Nails song came out when I was a teenager, and then I was in my early 20s, just before Cash died. Johnny Cash, he did a cover of that. He did a good job, but it's like, where the hell would Johnny Cash have heard 9 Inch Nails? I guess with his kids or grandkids. Anyway, but they both think I look better. Yeah, I was picturing more like a sewer pipe, opening here, a long sewer pipe filled with sludge. They basically have two mini sewer pipes in my nostrils. I got my nostrils, and then inside the nostril is the sewer pipe, and the sewer pipe I can't clean it out, I can't flush it out, so it's just like it's got picture like a sewer pipe of just sludge and shit. Like the water's not turning on, so we can't push the water pressure to push the sludge out, so the sludge is just slowly oozing out. Quite possibly. It's funny, we talked about me pumping gas. I was pumping gas when, I think it was in college, I was like 21, 22, when Johnny Cash released his version. It was right before he died. And I thought, that's really interesting. And there was some kid I worked with. I was in my early 20s. There was some teenage kid, like some high school kid, working his first job. And they on the radio, they were playing the original Nine Inch Nails song. And the kid didn't know it was Nine Inch Nails. He thought the Johnny Cash was the original. He goes, "Oh, this sounds like crap. I like the original Johnny Cash." And I had to explain to him, "No, this is the original. This is Nine Inch Nails, Downward Spiral." And he gave this weird look. I said, "No, trust me. Listen, you're too young to remember Nine Inch Nails. I know you wouldn't think an old guy like Cash would know about this stuff, but trust me. Nine Inch Nails wrote this." This was Trent Reznor. How Johnny Cash came across it, I wasn't entirely sure. Rick Rubin says B-Bakes. You told me my nose was sexy. You told me it was the sexiest nose you ever. You told me, forget Jaws law. It's what's the other thing? Mid is in, mid tier is the here. You said something like that. You said, "Wow, your nose is super sexy, dude." The blood actually gives it some kind of street cred. You were like getting almost homoerotic over my nose. Now you're backtracking. So please don't start cutting yourself. You told me my nose was sexy. I got two nostrils. You can have one, and Cassandra can have the other. Whew. Oh. Is that weed? I think that's weed, right? What is that? Push the little daisies and make them come up. Push the little daisies and make them come up. Yeah, I've always wanted to either meet Ween or Annie Haslam from Renaissance, because she also, Renaissance was a British band, but she married some businessmen from Philadelphia. So she ended up in like New Hope. So I always wanted to meet either Annie Haslam or one of the guys from Dean or what's his name? Dean Weed or Jan Weed or the fuck their names are. Some people say that I'm a loser. Push the little daisies and make them come up. Push the little daisies and make them come up. Push the little daisies and make them come up. Yeah, it was weed. Mm-hmm. They do. I do. It's all right. Interesting. I don't think I ever heard weed in retail. I could be wrong, but I don't think I ever heard weed in retail. It's interesting. I thought Jeremy shot himself. He spoke in class today. What do you mean fucked? You said my nose was sexy. You lying sack of. Please don't start cutting yourself. No, I think some of you boys, and I use the term boys loosely because one of you is at least, 4 or 5 years older than me. You guys fall too hard, too fast for, randos. Well, it's the truth. Like, I don't expect anything. Like, when a woman comes here, I'll be critical sometimes, but I just talk to them like, hey, what brings you here? If something comes up, like with that girl Tara, I didn't go out of my way to like pick on her, but she was saying things that didn't make sense. Clearly, she wasn't paying attention. So I say, hey, if you don't like it, there's the door. Same for the others. I'll be polite with the others, but I'm not here to be like, oh, Cass, look at me, Cass. What's your Discord, Cass? Cass, my hamster, Cass the hamster. Cass, now you're not talking to me. I just like you, Cass. It's like, you guys like what? Hoping that she's going to fall in love with you? And some of you are older than I am, man. Come on, Christ. So, Cassandra, I'll happily talk to you. Say hi. You're welcome so long as you want to be polite. If you don't like it, there's the door. But you'll never catch me saying, Cassandra, I'm going to come to Arizona to visit you. You didn't answer me. I sent you a poem. And you didn't. It's like, Christ. Well, I kind of have to deal with some of the guys, too. Like dumb. I sent him a really long text this time because he's upset that I didn't text him last time. So I've got a lot of fragile egos around here. But okay. Yeah, now you're learning. Now you're learning. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Peaches come from a can. They were put there by a man in a factory downtown. You're going to be strong. You're going to survive. They won't break that heart of yours, but don't turn around. Don't want to see Aiden's heart breaking. Don't turn around. We don't want to see Aiden cry. Just walk away. Troons are the only real women left. Well, if you call a person with a penis and testicles and some makeup a woman, okay, I guess, hey, if that's your definition, that's cool. Yes, I think you told me that. I learned that from you. I had no idea it was a cover. So I'm usually good with covers, but I didn't know that one was a cover. I guess because the original Tina Turner was never really a major hit. We got minor airplay, but the cover became a bigger hit for Ace of Base than the original Tina Turner. So, dogs are the only cats, and toads are the only frogs. Instead of King Froglet, we need Queen Toadlet. Princess Toadstool. Where's Princess Toadstool? In fact, that's your alter ego. You're King Froglet. You're looking for your Princess Toadstool, who they now call Princess Peach. Hence, moving to the country, going to eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country. Things go full circle. But anyway, Princess Peach was historically Princess Toadstool. That's what I always call her. Grow up my Nintendo. Mario 3, got to save the princess. Princess Toadstool. So King Froglet is looking for his Princess Toadstool. That's a good question. Well, first of all, if it was a cover, all the proper channels would have been used. Everyone gotten paid and credited for, legalese. But you're right. Was Tina upset that her version didn't do as well as, a cover? I don't know. Or she's just happy. She's probably just happy. Oh, that old shit song didn't take? Well, now I'm getting some residuals because this Swedish band covered it. She might have been happy that it was sort of repurposed and got a second chance at life because she would have been, given her cut, her portion. Well, but you don't seem interested in the dick or clit, or you're always going about the boosie, which I think is the ass. So you're all into ass. I'm sure these people have asses, but you treat their penises like giant clits, but you're going for the ass. Hmm. Hmm. Why, thank you, Cassandra. Cassandra, you blow me a kiss and wish me sweet dreams. So I think, oh boy, my girl in Arizona loves me. Ah, ah. And if you don't, I'll get really angry and say, you're dead to me. Yeah, that's all we can hope for. I get the feeling this will probably be worth it. But like I said, you gotta go through hell before you get to heaven. Yeah, the surgery wasn't too bad. That's all done. I wasn't worried about that. It's these next 4 or 5 days of can't breathe through my nose, can't blow my nose, can't sneeze. That's where it's the kiss of death. Yeah. So and it's only Thursday. This surgery is Wednesday. Today is Thursday. I get through all Friday. Thursday is just beginning. We're early, so all day Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and sometime Monday, late morning, early afternoon, I get these pulled out. So like 5 days from now, and I've had them in for so like 6 days of fucking like, yeah. This is the waiting is the hardest part. You're running. Run away, run away, run away if you want to survive. Gotta be free. Whoa, run away. No, push yourself another hour. Be late for work. Stay for the questions. Linger for the answers. Well, as long as it doesn't make it worse, I'll walk away saying, man, that was a waste of time. But if it makes it worse, if I can't smell anymore, oh no. Okay. And this beer doesn't taste that great. If it's the pills, the tiredness, my nose is stuffed. Like the beer just tastes like this, like weasel piss. There we go. I'm down to one fucking bar. I have to reset the internet. Connection is unstable. Oh. Is it lagging a lot? Is it a bad lag? Let's see what we can do. Why not? Bear with me. There we go. Yeah, I unplugged and plugged it back in. I'll have to restart the whole computer. It looks slightly better, but not great. Oh well. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, good night. The sun. Well, no, the sun is coming up. Now the sun's coming up. I'm riding with Lady Luck. Freeways, cars, and trucks. That's another great example. A lot of people thought the Eagles wrote that because the Eagles wrote most of their songs, like 90% of their songs, but every now and then the Eagles would do a cover. Seven Bridges Road was a cover, and Freeways, Cars, and Trucks, or whatever it's called, Old 55, that's a cover. Originally by Tom Waits. Or is it Watts? Tom Waits, Swordfish Trombones, Tom Waits. Yes, I did. Waste of time. If I go back and do it again, I went to 4-year college for bullshit. I should have gone to like community college for 2 or 3 years. Probably should have gone, if I can go back in time, well, I should have learned computers, but what I really would have loved to have done back then anyway is audio visual. I should have focused more on like audio visual, but I guess my father had some bizarre idea. I go to school and get like some kind of business job and be all so. I don't know what he was thinking. I never really had a plan for what I would do after college, but I should have done something audiovisual related. If I go back in time, I went to community college and like maybe gotten a trade or an apprenticeship at some audiovisual kind of thing. Should I be flattered? No, wait. DBF, if you and I were a couple, you'd be the woman. I'd be plowing your bussy. I don't want your bussy, but I would definitely be the man in the relationship. I think that goes without saying. We could do a poll or a survey. So no, I don't think you'd be blowing my back out. I took some bullshit courses, took some general business, did get a couple BAs, and at one point, I actually went on to try to become a teacher. I didn't want to be a teacher, but I was in my mid-20s. I needed a job. That's a whole other story. My father said, "Become a teacher, then you'll get summers off." And just yeah, so if I could have done it over, like I didn't mind the geeky, nerdy, take a college. It was never the work that bothered me, but the whole point of college is a means to an end. So I would just go into community college, taking the prerequisites and like going to like, some kind of maybe learn some trade for not a mechanic, like audio visual, audio installation, something like that, arranging things. Oh, now the reason I thought you were talking to me, there's two reasons. You were going on about how to you, these lady boys are just, they've glorified cunts instead of penises. Plus, I don't think you've ever seen Cassandra. The only person here, because I know what you look like, and you know what I look like, and we put ourselves out there. I have no idea what King Frog looks like. I should check his channel. I have no idea what Cassandra looks like. Aiden, I can see Aiden. So basically, I figured you were talking to somebody you could see. You've never seen Cassandra, so how do you know you'd blow her back out? She might be a large gal. You might not be able to surmount that. No, that's right. She claimed she's what, 4'11", 115 pounds, double D tits. Okay, maybe you would blow her out. But I've never seen her. Have you? I'm starting to see some bleed through. Hmm. Yeah, I'm probably not getting much sleep tonight. I haven't slept. I got up like what? What time I got up? We had to leave here around 8:30. I think around 8 a.m. So almost 20. I'm at 23 hours in anesthesia, and well, I guess that was a sleep of sorts and some pills, but it's just impossible for me to with all this blood coming down. So come on. Yeah, that sounds accurate. That's how I remember it too. Yes. Good. You pay attention. You weren't here, but you went back and watched. I'm proud of you. You get an A for effort. If I were the teacher, this were the English lit course, you passed the quiz. You read the book. Good job. A lot of people here don't read the book. I mean, I forget sometimes. I'm the teacher, so I have a little cheat sheet. But yeah, you. Well, she did say she did not have any augmentations. She said they're natural, despite being petite and not, well, because like I said, whenever someone says I have really big, a woman says I have really big tits, I think, well, okay, you must be fat then, because fat women have big everything. But she swears that no, she's petite, not fat, just has really naturally occurring big breasts, no augmentation. So hey, send us a pic. Well, send me a pic. I'll be the judge. Yeah, that was more of an independent study. You're still writing. I thought you were still working. You don't have the PhD yet. You're still working on writing your thesis. So we want to read it when you're done. Put your dissertation online for us all to read. Okay. Oh, slow down. Now I want, this is probably bad because it goes through pretty quickly, but the beer is so meh. I'm going to have a twisted tea. I don't feel drunk. I just feel like tired, like I haven't slept. And I just feel like, I'm going to, we all look forward to it. What exactly is a Japanese donut? I don't think I ever had one or heard of it. Is it different than a regular donut? Wow. Or is it some sexual thing? Or is it like a piece of sushi? I honestly have no idea what a Japanese donut is. Hey, they call that nature's candy. Fruit is nature's candy. Good on you. Good on you. V-Bank said something clever. I know V-Bank doesn't like his comments, but V-Banks, you're one of the most clever people. You're on the ball. I like that. It's a jellyfish. I said, is it sushi with a jellyfish donut? That's clever. That's very clever. Kudos to you, Mr. B-Banks. I gotta check your channel again. It's been a while. Have you done any song parodies, any AI covers of Todd or Dub or whoever, or even Destroyed by Foids sing some song like we can hear like maybe Dub could sing "Please Come to Boston" and let's see, Destroyed by Foids can sing something like I can't get to sleep. I think about the implications because he's Australian. Well, sushi. I don't know what I don't know what you're referring to right now. I'm afraid. I know we're disappointed. Actually, we gotta get Dub and DBF to sing a duet. There's one song, think of a song, some kind of duet they can both sing. My girl, Bill, my girl. Yeah, I think a Dub DBF duet. I stim all the time. You've probably seen me do it on camera. If you pay close attention, you'll notice it. I have different stims at different times. Like right now, I can't do it. It's actually one of the right now. I'm not doing my finger thing because I can't smell my fingers, and my nose is bleeding and covered. How do I do it? I mean, I smell my fingers all the time. Sometimes you see me rock. Yeah, I stim all the time. Yes, that's how I interpret the term stim. Yes, yes, Aiden. Well, VMAX, what would you need? Do you need like uh we'll tell him right now. Say, DBF, you need to provide Kevin Mebanks with enough content, enough recorded audio of your voice, so he could make an AI parody of you singing a duet with Dumb. So whatever Kevin Mebanks needs, Kevin Mebanks gets. Right now, we don't have enough audio or sufficient audio of the real life Destroyed by Foids. So I think DBF should make a video just for remakes to satisfy any and all of his AI requirements, so he has enough of a sample to, yeah. No, I don't rim. No, I never had that. That's I. No, but seriously, see what VMAX needs. DBF, you got to provide him with enough clear, crisp, appropriate, whatever he needs. Right now, he doesn't have enough from your repertoire, your library. It's not sufficient enough. He needs some decent audio of you, the real life you, to do his duet, his AI song. You and Dub singing a duet. You don't bring me flowers anymore. Then provide them to Kevin Mebanks so he can make an AI of you and Dub doing a duet. Sounds good. There you have it, Mebanks. Your AI sounds. You're going to download an Australian AI program. American AI tries to Americanize the accents. You got to use an Australian AI and an American AI and like take the two and isolate and put them together. Well, good. Another thing I never activated my copy of Windows 10, and right in the bottom corner here on StreamYard, where I go to type or go next or whatever, it's hovering over that that invisible-esque go activate YouTube. So I end up hovering over this thing, and the thing pops up. Anyway, I got to blow my nose or something. I can't blow it. I got to let it leak out. Want to see? I don't know if this is doing a good job now. Hold on. So look at this blood stain. Look, see this? So it just wasn't a pretty stream. I can't blow, but I like dab. But it seems to have stopped bleeding for now. It's not as repetitive. Isn't that pretty? Told you it was going to be pretty. Yeah, I have another one like this downstairs, totally coated. Yeah. This is the kind of shit. See, it looks like a. See that disgusting shit you pull out? See that? Is that pretty? That. So yeah. Is that what you want to see? Yeah, I've noticed that too. I mean, there's some. Here, take a look. Here's what it looks like inside. So I guess these masks are a lot thicker and more durable than we realize. Plus, I also have it reversed. Like this would be normally, if I were wearing this over my mouth, this would be the inside of the mask. I decided to take the outside and put the outside in because I thought it'd be a bit softer. So you see all that blood there? See all that? You're right. It hasn't really soaked through. So hey, I was never crazy about these stupid masks. I'm not a mask guy at all. That was a waste of time. But when people say these masks don't prevent anything, well, they're pretty damn thick. You saw the blood soak through everything else. It soaked through the cotton. It soaked through the gauze. The blood, though disgusting here, see how disgusting that is, the blood has not really soaked through to this side too badly. So these masks actually are pretty, to their credit. Not that I want to wear them. I'd rather go around and breathe in. If I get sick, I get sick. I hate the idea. But the masks aren't total What's the word I'm looking for? Not totally for show. They do have some kind of protective thickness to some extent. Hold on a minute. First one, this one. Coagulated click. So I love you. You have some of the best one-liners and observations. Coagulated click. That's me. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, maybe there's still like a little 1%, 50%, like a 0.5% thinks, well, maybe. But no, it's pretty much at this point, no, I don't. Sometimes. Social Security, yes. Yes, I explained to you. I can't blow my nose. I think it's actually not just blood. I think it's also, I'm worried because I can't even apply pressure. It's just, I can't blow the nose, can't sneeze. You know, am I going to lose so much blood? Am I, get chilly, not wake up? It's like, I think the right nostrils, which was, no, the left nostril's okay. The right nostril, I think, is still bleeding. Yeah. But I'm actually doing okay right now because instead of just bleeding all over, like before it would happen, I would take the gauze off, or I would take the cotton here. I would take the cotton ball out, and I put it in. I put a cotton ball in. It would immediately start to fill with blood. I take it out like a plug. Like all the blood would start dripping down. So at least it's actually not bleeding as badly. But you see the damage here. It's really like having a tampon on my face. My God. Honestly, I think this is the longest I've ever bled continuously. Well, no, that's not true. Longest I've ever bled continuously, because I haven't hit puberty yet. Have not had my menses yet. But the longest I ever bled was my interior, when I tore my inferior epigastric artery. That was internal bleeding. This is probably the most external bleeding I've ever done. This is the longest the longest I've bled externally without stopping. So, yes, I probably bled more internally, but I couldn't see it. This is the most external bleeding I've ever done, But it's that time of the month, I got to tell you. Yes, you will be. Well, I have to try to get some sleep because I've been up for hours. I have to try to do something. I've been waiting it out since I got out of surgery. I'm going to have to stay up on. And I read online. They say it's anywhere from 24 to 72 hours. So anywhere from 1 to 2 days, 24 to 72 hours. So I'm like, oh Christ. No, some kind of American-born Indian. 7-Eleven. Dot, not feather. But I also read online that once the stints do come out, once they finally come out, which is still going to be another 4 days for me, once they come out, people describe it as sweet relief. You're back to I can breathe again. So I am the hell, and this hell not going to go away until another 4 days. Learning what? How to get an SSI or SSDI? How to what happens during a septoplasty? I mean, learning what? If you want to learn about Trudes and Boosie, you can talk to DBF. If you want to learn about, I don't know, fixing the door, talk to that Mitchell Pierce. You want to learn about, it depends. What are you looking to learn? We'll have to think about it. I'd say, do you go to school? I would say go to community college and look into what do you like to do? Try to find some kind of trade you'd like. Get diagnosed. I learned the sooner you get diagnosed, the better. You're 19. Find a neuropsychologist. That's what I can teach you. Find a neuropsychologist to try to get diagnosed with autism, so you at least have that diagnosis on paper. And anything else, if you can also get ADHD or whatever else, PTSD, whatever, just go to a neuropsych and get diagnosed. Yes. So if King Froglet wants to learn about that, you talk to Matt. If you want to learn about go to neuropsychs for diagnoses, talk to me. So it depends what you want to learn. Yeah, Matt, you've got to teach King Froglet. He was inquiring about different things. That was your area. We all have our areas of expertise. Yeah. Reminds me of that song. We were singing Ween before. Reminds me of Ween. There are many colors in the homo rainbow. Never be afraid to let your colors shine. Everything from black to yellow. That song about the homo rainbow. We were singing Ween before. No, he means the anus. He's referring to the anus as a boy pussy. I didn't know this either until like a few streams ago. He educated me. He's referring to the man's anus as boy pussy. He's trying to equate a man's ass with a woman's vagina. Well, yes, these lady boys have shorter cervixes. That was yeah okay. So what was the? How old were you when you first tried some pussy? And yeah, how old were you? Was it something you thought about doing for a long time? When did you go the bussy route? Yep, you learn a lot of things here from a lot of different people that you weren't planning on learning. Oh shit! Can you guys hear me? There we go. Yeah, is this stream getting disjointed again? Oh well. Not much bleed through here, but all in here is yeah. Yeah. So how old were you when you first tried? How old were you first lusted after, and when did you first try it? Was it something you wanted all your life? Like back when you were like 12 years old, you dreamed about what they now call bussy, or when did you get into it? When did you try it? Tell us about your bussy history. Yeah, but when did you first do it for the bussy? You're answering the question now. King Frog wants to know about this stuff. He's trying to learn. You didn't answer the question. When did you first do your bussy? Okay. Okay. So you would have been about, let's see here, about 30 years old then. So you're about 30 years old and you discovered Troon porn. Prior to that, had you ever thought about Troons or that was your first tranny fascination at the age of 30. Don't be ashamed. I will speak for you. The elder will help you learn what you need to know. Don't worry. I know you're still young and you're afraid to ask flat out, but don't worry. I'll get to the bottom of it for you. So when DVF was about 30, he started watching this trude porn. Okay. Prior to that, had you ever thought about or considered trudes, or was this his first foray with trudes? Yeah, this sucks. Even if it doesn't bleed, my nostrils are clogged. I can't blow it. I can't blow it out. I can't, sneeze. Okay. So you became intrigued by trannies when you were about 30. When did you take the plunge and actually engage with a lady boy? How old are you? So, age of 30, you start watching this tranny porn, which you have no objection to, and that's fine. So, you start watching when you're 30. At what age did you actually take the plunge and go, go for it? Okay. Um, so, at 30, you started watching gay porn. And then at what, 37, you took the plunge, about 7 years of watching, and then you went for your first bussy in 2015. But now it's almost 2025, so it's been almost 10 years. So let's do the math. It's been what, uh, 17 years since you started watching gay porn, and almost 10 years since you actually engaged. So this isn't a recent phenomenon. This is something you've been, and when the term bussy, was that used back then? Is that a new term, or is it a term that's been around for 20, 30, 40 years? I just never heard of it. Like, I don't know, because I'm curious. Is it a newish term, or even back in 2008, you'd watch videos about bussy? I no, I never heard the term until you shared it with me in chat one night, or the stream. So I'm curious. Is that like an old term I just never heard, or is bussy a relatively new term? When does the term originate? Because you've been watching gay porn since 2008, and you started when you were 30, and you started partaking in actual homosexuality when you were 38. So 8 years later, so 30 to 38, you were curious, and now you're 46, going on 47, or you are 47. Uh, you're going to be 47. So it's been about 9 years since you've. Oh, no, he's not talking about pussy. He's talking about bussy, something different. Okay. Yeah. So back but even in 2019, 5 years ago, did you say, "Ooh, I want some bussy," or like when did you first hear the term bussy? Because I had never heard of that before. Well, look, man, I'm not one to judge, um, but apparently, from what you're describing, it sounds pretty gay. Apparently, that's what it sounds like to me. Right. So you started watching trude porn when you were 30, and now 17 years later, you've taken the plunge. But well, no, you took the plunge 7 years, yeah, 7 years after watching trude porn, and now almost 9 years later, 9 or 10 years later. Uh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought too when I first heard it. I'm like, huh? I thought the same thing. Like, what the hell's a? I like. What, I thought it was a drug term or something like bussy, bus. What does that mean? Yeah, I had never heard it. But when did DBF? When did you first start seeing the term bussy? A year ago, 5 years ago, in 2019, when you got your second round of bussy, were you calling it bussy then or not yet? Is the term 5 years old, older, newer? What is the origin, the etymology of the term bussy, as far as you know, destroyed by Foids? But I would imagine if these lady boys are getting fucked in the ass all the time, then they would have looser anuses than a female prostitute who might do anal but isn't exclusively anal. So if like the female whore sees like 5 clients and 2 on anal, that's like what, a 2 to 3 ratio. Her ass is only getting plowed twice. Whereas a lady boy, drag queen, tranny, 5 out of 5 times they're getting their asses plowed. So I'd imagine that bussy, I'm speculating here, would actually be looser than a female's ass because, female prostitute's ass. But I stand corrected. They're fairly tight. Okay. But when did you, yeah. Oh, last year. So this is a really, really new term. You're throwing it around nonchalantly as if it's an everyday, a perfectly cromulent term. But it's not a perfectly cromulent term. It's a relatively new term. Okay, so destroyed by Foids finds trannies more attractive than women, than actual women. So that's okay. That's his prerogative, I guess. Yeah. Do you use a condom when you go to the prostitutes? And DBF, do you use a condom when you're getting that bussy? Or do you just you go bareback? Do you use lube? Yeah. Lube or no lube? Condom or no condom? You just, you go flat out. Yeah. So you guys use condoms when you see your whores or your lady boys? You use lube. Condoms, yay or nay? Lube, yay or nay? That's to both of you, aided and destroyed by Foids. Okay, so Matt uses lube but no condom. And the lady boys don't require you wear a condom. Do the females, do they, if the females agree to anal, do they insist upon a condom or no? So neither men nor women, these whores, they don't want condoms. They don't mind lack of condom when you're doing anal, but you use lube for both. Oh, and I can ask, do you bring your own lube or do they have it there? The lady boys provide you with the lube, or they lube themselves up, or you gotta lube them up. Okay, yeah, but you tried anal. You tried anal. Do they the hookers have you put a condom on for anal? Well, that should be your questions to DBF. He's taking your questions. You want to learn about pussy? He'll take your questions. Oh, okay. Because I thought you said last stream you wanted to pay. And I'm like, why would you pay for that? Don't dudes give that away. So you had consensual sex with 2 truths. I thought you were paying. Just okay. How did you find them? Did you go to some like one of those clubs or one of those bars or whatever, tranny bar? And you had your own lube. You came prepared. Oh, See that? Kick froglet? The bussy is surprisingly clean, so says what's his name? Destroyed by Foids. Anyway, my buddy responded to me. I sent those texts to Dub earlier because he was upset with me last time. He was upset with me last time because I didn't text him back when he texted me. So this time around, when he inquired, when he said, Donna wanted me to ask how the surgery went, I'd like to know as well. I gave him a whole long-winded treatise about, surgery went well, post-op's a bitch, stick nose, one nostril, blah, 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 blah. Some of these pictures. He wrote back, he's glad to hear surgery went well. Okay, that's nice, Dub. It's like, if I don't respond to him, he gets upset. But then when I do respond a whole long thing, he doesn't want to be bothered. So, okay, the surgery went well. Thank you, Dub. But what I was really hoping he would respond to is, did he have this problem? Did he have stents for 5 days when he got his septoplasty? That's what I really, this would be a takeaway. I said, when you had this done, did you have stents in your nose for 5 days afterward? But, that's the most, but yes, surgery went well. That's great. But now it's the post-op bullshit. Okay, sorry. So is he responding back? I don't think he's watching this right now. Is he going to work or coming back from work? He's on the road. I don't even know what his hours are anymore. I know it's like, but so we've heard from Dumb, and you gotta give me. Should I put the timer on? I gotta get some more. I need another goddamn iced tea because the tea goes down nice and easy. So I'm gonna get my some. Hold on, give me a minute. In the tea, I can taste some of the sweetness. Maybe it's helped me sleep. What I'll probably do now Maybe I should attempt some nasal spray. We'll see what happens. Let's attempt some nasal spray. But I got a response here. Let's take a look. Where is it? And Dub tells me, no, he did not have Stinson for 5 days. What the fuck? He's glad I'm able to urinate, no problem. The first 2 days are the worst. So is this day 2 now for me? Because I've been up since, but yesterday was day 1, or are we saying 2 days thereafter? So I'm not sure if we're considering this. There's got to be a morning after. We can make it through the night. So is this the morning? Is this day 2, or is this actually day 3? Or no, day 1. I don't know what day it is. So do I have 1 more day of hell or 2 more days of hell? But I won't get these goddamn stints out until Monday. So I got 4 days of this at least. And he reports, yeah, hang in there. Okay, I will hang in there. Thank you. All right, thank you. Thank you. I will. Thank you. I will. Hope to talk with you again. See, I can be a nice person. Hope to talk with you again soon. When I can breathe. When I can breathe, that is. Sam's being nice. Hope to talk with you again soon. When I can breathe, that is. Okay. All right. Do you want to try this? Because now we see the blood is accumulating. So I lost track about what we were talking about. When you say get pet, you mean they want to get fucked in the ass? Will wanted to get plowed? And DBF, you penetrate these lady boys. Do you yourself want to get penetrated, or you take turns? Is like a chivalry, like like if you're gonna do that to another guy, the least you could do is let him do it back to you. I mean, is there some kind of chivalry or etiquette? But anyway, let's see what happens when I try this. It's probably gonna be a mess. It might be bad. This might not be very pretty. So please bear with me. You're gonna learn with. All right. This one is worse. This left one is worse. But I'll do this one first. I'm just gonna see. Watch. It is spraying. Okay. And again, this one in particular is Ayer, AYR, Ayer, Ayer, however you pronounce that. I don't know. And it's saline, no spray, supposedly no preservatives. And if I can't blow, it's covered in blood. And if I can't blow, and I can't, sneeze, this is supposed to, I guess, declog. Look at this blood. This is an old Christmas towel. Merry Christmas. My mother would put these out at Christmas time. But they haven't been used in years, so it's been repurposed. Actually, this one's not bloody yet. Maybe hold off on that one. Okay, so I squirted the right nostril. And there's some, it's like clearing a blockage. But, I got to try and get some sleep. So when I wake up, I'm going to breathe through my mouth. If I do manage to get some sleep, my throat's going to be incredibly dry. And this will probably be super backed up because I can't breathe through the nostrils. Right. Now let's do the left one. This is the problem one. God, I want to blow my nose so badly, but you're not allowed to. You guys enjoying the show? Yeah, Ayer. Hey, what's the name of that giant dome rock in Australia? It used to be was Ayers Rock. Now they call it Wonga Wonga Bonga or something like that. Ayers Rock. It's kind of Ayers Rock in Australia. Or is it Ayers? Ayers Rock. Ayers, Ars, and now it's Wallabungatunga or some shit, some Abo name. That question's for you, DBF. Okay, so I sprayed that. I sprayed this one. See if anything leaks out because I can't blow, I can't sneeze. Why is this all out of focus? Get this back into focus. Is it like all I just. I don't see it bleeding. It's not leaking out. So hopefully the bleeding has died down a bit. I guess I can put this back on. This is kind of a mess. See how quickly these get destroyed? It hasn't been like an hour that I broke this part down because I'm wearing it the way it's not designed for. But right, but how do you pronounce A? Is it Ayers or Ayers or I? How do you pronounce that? Ayers, Ayers, Ayers. How do you? Oh, Ayers. Okay, Ayers Rock. Ayers, Ayers Rock. Whatever the hell it is. And now it's like Mount McKinley is now Denali. I've been there to Mount McKinley in Alaska, biggest mountain in America, in North America, the Rockies. And Denali was the name of the park around it, but now they call the mountain itself Denali. It's like, all right. Whew. All right, so I did a little spray, but didn't really do anything. I don't think it's bleeding, but it's a slow bleed, a slow trickle. Maybe I'll just take this off for now. All right, so. Well, for now, you get some dirty nostrils. You get, once a month, peach isn't so fresh. And my nose is now not so fresh. So, there's going to come a time, there's going to be some war paint. Now the sun's coming up. I should probably try to lay down. Do I take another pain pill or not bother? The blood's on my hands. This is disgusting. But hey. Now, I have one other video I'm going to upload. I filmed it, recorded it before all this. It's me attempting to do indoor grilling on the stovetop using like an outdoor grill. So I'll probably throw that up in a bit. I feel tired, but not like exhausted, but not tired. I can't really lay down, but I feel like, So I'm going to try to lay down. If it doesn't work, maybe I'll come back on. If I try to lay there like an hour from now, I'm even more wired. I feel wired. Maybe I'll come back on, but I'll give it a little rest for now. So thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. I appreciate you holding my hand and got my nose. And any other questions before I'm going to get off? Yeah. I am trying to clean up the period. Full stop. That's a pun. But it's it's like, imagine this is. Well, I'm not. But I figured it would be nice to have a nice buzz and some pain pill. I don't know. I'm not in super pain. It's very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. But not pain. That's also when they put me under anesthesia, they put one of those breathing apparatuses down my trachea. And they put it in after I was knocked out, they put it in and they removed it before I woke up. So I didn't see it, but I could feel it. And it was really hurting me a few hours ago. So I took another pill. Yeah, like the throat is very, very sore because they stuck down that breathing apparatus. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Take care. if I really can't sleep and feel wired, maybe I'll come back, make another appearance or not. But thank you for joining me, Aiden, and Destroyed by Foids and King Froglet, and anyone else who was here earlier. I think it's the four of us now. It's a pleasure to talk to you as always. We will talk again. What do you like better, my nose job or my haircut? Nose job or haircut? Nose job or haircut? I figured the hair was so long, it was actually easier. Actually, before I go, it was actually easier to have the guy buzz it than to try to get scissors. And shape it. Because I said, fucking just buzz it. This is called the 3-4-5. The thickness, 3 on the side, up to 4, 5. No, 4, 5, 6. It's either a 3-4-5 or a 4-5-6. One or the other. The thickness of the blade, the 3-4-5 or the 4-5-6. So it's a little thicker on top. But yeah, it wasn't a total jar, buzz cut. But it was a, hold on. Where are those pictures? I did take one quick here. I'll show you. At one point, the guy was the barber chair. The guy was cutting my hair. And I said, wow, he buzzed off one side first. He buzzed off the left side. So I said, where's the right side? Whatever side that was. I don't know if you can see it. How do I get this to focus? Why is it all like, fuck Christ? But anyway, you can see one side hadn't been cut yet. The other side was buzzed. So I took a quick, Jesus Christ. Oh, well. And last thing, after I was all done, that's what my hair looked like. It almost looked like a wig. See that? It was like Cousin It. It was just like a whole, like that was all my hair. I'm like, wow. And you can see the white and the gray, though it's still mostly brown. The beard was the opposite. Beard was mostly white or gray. This was still mostly brown, but noticeable, Cousin It. Adam Cervely. See, Aiden, you're the man to know. Okay, there we go. So I'm doing this. 3-4-5, whatever it was. Yeah. Okay. It's definitely a 3-4-5. Aiden knows his buzz cuts. Awesome. But anyway, what was I going to say for you? So yeah, 3-4-5, and we'll grow back, and life will go on, and my nose, hopefully, I need to get these stints out. All right. Something else I want to say? Haircut, nose job. All right, I think that's it for now. But thank you again, Aiden. Thank you again, Destroyed by Foids. Thank you again, King Froglet, if you're still here, and whoever else is here or who was here. Thank you. I love each and every one with you, each and every one of you. You all have your qualities, your strengths, your weaknesses. We laugh, we cry. Oh, you're still here. I thought you went to work. B Banks, I didn't forget you. I thought you were gone. So okay, so we can never forget Kevin B Banks. Have DBF send you some better samples so you can do a proper sounding AI in his voice or not. But B Banks, of course, yes. I thought you left. Good night, Destroyed by Foids. Good night, Mr. B Banks. Later, my where was he? Shit. Everyone's saying goodbye, everybody. Yeah, okay. So B Banks is still here. Where'd Froglet go? I thought Froglet wanted to learn all about Bussy, and I thought DBF was answering his questions, and I was helping. But whoever else is there, thank you. Good night, and so long, so farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Good night. Occupational Click for now. Occupational Click out.